Well, I could stay up here all night and look at this view, but since it is getting later and I am getting hungry, I really don't want to get locked up here. It is so fun to be back here after a couple of years, and it is the winter time, so it's a bit cold, but I'm still really enjoying everything that this outdoor paradise in Europe has to offer. But something else that's been on my mind is, you know what? I don't think I could ever live here. And that's a shame. I'd like to talk a little bit about what I just said, why I could never live here. And there are really two reasons for that. One is the cost of living. It is so expensive here, especially if you like to go out, if you like to eat at restaurants or go to bars and cafes. Those prices can really add up. And the cost of housing is also very, very expensive, especially if you live in those big cities like Zurich or Geneva, even Basel. Now, reason number two for why I could never live here is because they don't really have any nightlife whatsoever. And by that, I mean, once it gets dark, which it does pretty early here in the winter, like 5 p.m., it's pitch black. Everybody kind of goes home, there's nothing really going on, and even a lot of the shops close, so you can't readily find a place that sells groceries sometimes. That can be kind of difficult. And I never thought I'd really find that to be a reason not to live somewhere, but when I'm coming from Asia or even North America, where things generally stay open pretty late, it's hard to kind of accept the fact that people do get off work and take that time, which is good, but it makes it more difficult in terms of living here and having a social life. Now, all that being said, after I've listed two reasons why I could never live here, I have to say that this is one of my favorite countries in the entire world. There is so much to love about living here and being here. And for me, that just might mean coming here as a tourist for the rest of my life. But I want to take some time to talk about those things in this video. And the first one I'll start with is the scenery and the mountains, the lakes, all the amazing stuff to do in the outdoors here. Pretty much anywhere you go in this country, you're going to be able to see massive mountains with snow-covered peaks, especially when you're in areas like Grindelwald or Zermatt, which are huge for tourists, but pretty much everywhere. You know, you can got them around Lake Geneva right here. They're just all over. So you really can't go wrong if you like the outdoors in any part of this country, in any of its 26 regions. They're all gorgeous. So while you're here, one of the easiest ways to combat the extreme price of everything is to avoid going out to restaurants and just come over to local grocery stores like this one, Denner or Co-op or Migros. Of course, while you're here, there's an amazing cheese selection. One of my favorites, brie. Of course, you have to have bread. These are the best chocolates in all of Switzerland, Kagi. And they're not that expensive, just $4 chef for a box. I'm gonna get 4 boxes. Of course, they're selling lots of beer and wine here. Definitely much, much less expensive than going out to a restaurant. Plus, you can buy here and take it back to wherever you want. You know, you can go back to your hotel, you can go to your home, you can just take it to the park and enjoy it.
After a light breakfast and some coffee, I was off on a quick 20-minute trip to the next city over. Getting around this small nation in Central Europe is not difficult at all. They have some of the best public transit systems in the world. With so many trains, trams, buses, streetcars, cable cars, and lifts, To hop on and off, it's possible to get literally anywhere, from the highest mountain peak to the most remote village. There's really no reason to rent a car or use a private vehicle at all. Plus, it's affordable, convenient, clean, and good for the environment. Just remember not to talk too loudly and be respectful to those around you.
All right, just arrived here in Lausanne, and now it's time to find my bus to get around the city and explore a bit. The bus is pretty empty right now, but it's also not rush hour. A lot more people will be getting on later. Something Switzerland does really well are museums. And right now I am at one of the most famous and most unique, I think, in the entire world. And this is the official Olympic Museum. This is because the IOC, the Olympic International Committee, is based right here.
Opened in 1993, the Olympic Museum has over 10,000 artifacts and pieces of memorabilia to celebrate the achievements of the greatest athletes on Earth and promote the ideals of peace and international cooperation through sports. From the original ancient games held in Greece around 776 BC to the modern games that began in 1896 in Athens, this is a tribute to the power of humanity and what can be achieved when we work together.
You can come here and see every torch used in the Olympics since the 1930s. Just saw the mascots over there as well, and now I'm getting to see some models of the stadiums they built around the world for these games and the structures. In this room here, they have all the Olympic medals from every games. These Olympic outfits are fantastic to see up close. A lot of them are signed too by the athletes, so you can see their signatures and maybe a message. The museum does cost a bit of money. I think it's totally worth it. But outside here, don't forget to check out the sculpture park. This is completely free, and this has quite a few interesting pieces of art. My time today was way too short here in Lausanne, but I'm on a tight schedule, and so I'm going to head back to the bigger city. All right, well, I'm back in Geneva finally. I'm heading over to the Old Town neighborhood. And this is an area that's basically filled with cobblestone streets and older European-looking buildings. Usually there's a church or a cathedral up there where you can get a view. And they're fun areas to come to, and that's something that Switzerland does very well. In every town, small village, every city, there is one of these, older parts of the city. And it's a lot of fun to visit them. Bit of a shopping street here as well. but not my thing, so I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going up, and I see the cathedral already on the hill. I'm just going to walk up to it and maybe get a view of sunset tonight, because it is getting pretty late. And I totally forgot to mention the fountains here, because they're all over the place, and you can actually just use those to refill a water bottle and get water for free, which is really important when everything is so expensive here. Just trying to remember where the path is to get up this hill to this church. They have a nice little carousel back here as well for the kids. Okay, I recognize this path now. This is going to take me up higher and higher, hopefully. I was correct about this. It's been a couple of years since I've been here, so I couldn't remember, but this is definitely an area with some views a little bit higher. Hopefully we get to see something. It is so cloudy today. It's kind of been a hit or miss as far as the sunshine. These old towns are really nice, and they do feel very historic. They can also feel a little bit touristy and kitschy as well, because this is what a lot of people do come here to see. But those views are getting better and better from here. I may be in luck though. I might have gotten here right in time to walk inside. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to the top, but I might be able to walk in and just take a look. And that is something free to do as well, walk in these churches. They really only charge you when you want to go up to the top of the steeple and get that view. I'm in luck. They're still open. So excited. I just got a ticket for the tower. I did not think I was going to make it. But you guys are in for a treat, and so am I. All right, are you ready? This is going to be real tight and narrow in this tiny little door here. But we're going to go up. Oh, yep. Good thing I'm in shape, I think. I'm going to probably get a little bit vertigo from walking up these stairs, because it's a spiral. If I'm being real honest, I'm getting just a little lightheaded and dizzy. Probably again just from going in circle after circle. And to be fair too, I'm also getting a little of that claustrophobia again. But once I get up here, I think there's actually 2 towers to visit. And I'm probably the last person here for the day. So he said to be a little bit quick about it. But I'm still going to get a bunch of video. Okay. Oh. And this is a very dark space. Let me just see, I gotta go this way. And, oh great, more stairs. That was just kind of teasing me with the rest. But, wow, these are actually even more narrow somehow. All right, I see a spot where I can go out and get my first view. Wow. That is amazing. On this other side, you can see these bells here, the bell tower. Okay, believe it or not, we have to keep going up. That was just a really quick stop. And again, with these super, super narrow steps and passageways here. I'm still really impressed I'm able to do this, because I thought they closed about 30 minutes ago. All right, we're finally kind of at a top place here. Come into a much bigger room, as well lit. And there are small windows all around to get views of every side of the city. Okay. All right. Now I am headed into another area for more views, but this room is pretty crazy too. I'm just kind of going along the roof of the inside of the cathedral. Okay. I think this one over here is for views outside. See if it's even open. Oh yeah, it's open. Let's go up the stairs. I think these views up here are going to be even better than the last ones I had. Yeah. And there is no more safety screen here, so I can lean out. And that is a fantastic evening view of the city of Geneva here. There is a higher platform up another set of stairs that I'll try to do really quickly here. I think it's a very small place though to stand, and I think there's already a few people up there. But this is still an incredible view. You can see the whole city, the lake, and the mountains over here on the side. I mean, it is really cloudy, so some of these mountains you can't even see, but the ones you can see over there look so amazing. Okay, going up one more time. This will be the highest point. Okay, I think I made it. Wow. Look at that. I did it. So tired now. I might just have to sit up here for a few minutes and relax. And more views over from this side. Oh, that is a stunning view. And it goes the whole way around the top here, so you do get the 360. I could just stay up here for much, much longer, but being the last one and knowing that they're closing very soon means that I should definitely start heading back down. Else I get locked up here overnight, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, and not the first time it's happened, but I'm kind of getting hungry. That was really amazing. I don't even know how to top that experience. I mean, there are other things, obviously, to do here in Geneva because it is a massive city with a huge international presence, but yeah, I feel like I can go home now. I've done everything I wanted to do. Kind of interesting how few people are actually here. You'd think this would be a huge spot, but maybe it's just because it's the winter time or the time of day, or who knows. Again, Switzerland is very expensive and it is hard for people to come here. Even just to visit, you know, you'll put down a lot of money. I'm not saying it's not worth it, I'm just saying you have to think about your budget before you come. Oh, that's a very festive tree they put up right there. Streets here in Old Town can get a little confusing, especially if you don't really know your way around or you're just a tourist like me. But a lot of these places look really inviting that I'm walking by, all these restaurants, especially the ones with tables and chairs here on the street. I really wanted to try that cafe back there called Pages and Sips. It looks really nice, especially in terms of cafes, kind of a library of sorts as well. But I looked at the sign, they said closing at 6, which is pretty typical. I'm surprised they're even open that late, to be honest. But yeah, that's in like 15 minutes, so that's not going to happen today. Just have to wait till I come back to Geneva. Something for another trip. I think this gate up here is the back exit out of Old Town. Oh, wow, look at that. All these festive lights here. Well, aside from a few street lamps, it's gotten pretty much totally dark. Sorry about that. But again, once it gets dark here, the day is kind of over for everybody. Just not a late night going out culture. And again, going out to restaurants can be quite expensive. But besides those two things, I would in a heartbeat move here to Switzerland because I love so many things about it, whether it's the food, the chocolate and cheese, the mountains, the outdoors, the nature, the lakes. There is so much to love, so much to enjoy. So even if you can't live here like me, definitely, if you can afford it, come out and check this place out. Come to Switzerland and enjoy everything it's got to offer. Anyway, that'll do it for me because it is totally dark and the street lamp's the only reason my face is still lit. But stay safe, healthy, and happy out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Thanks for joining me today. Life's a journey meant to be shared. Remember to always travel with an open heart and an open mind. Enjoy the ride and keep your eyes on the horizon for the next adventure. I'll see you out there.